Hello. Hello. Welcome to Monday's strength class. I'm just going to tilt this down a wee bit. Right. Right. Do you remember last week I said I was going to monitor how much I sat because we were talking about sedentary behaviour? Well, I totally forgot. Just let me shut this door. I didn't totally forget, but I remembered sort of towards the end of every day, which is no good, but I will try and remember it for next week, just as an experiment. I don't know if anybody else did it. You could maybe share with the group how many minutes, hours you spend sitting a day. Anyway, so must do better. No, memo to self, must do better. One of the questions I get asked quite a lot is, there are two questions I get asked. One is, how do I reduce a certain part of my body? So it's usually, how do I get rid of belly fat, or how do I do something about my arms? And the other one, or my thighs as well. How do I reduce the size of my thighs? And the other one is, how much exercise do I need to do to lose weight? I'm going to park the exercise to lose weight one on the side just for the moment, and quickly deal with the spot reducing. It's called spot reducing, trying to exercise so that you get rid of stomach fat or thighs or something. And the answer is you can't. Enough said, eh? You can lose weight overall, or you can tone your muscles up in a certain place, and so the muscle definition will be better, the muscle tone will be better, and it may look thinner. So you can do that, but you can't actually spot reduce the amount of fat in a particular part of your body. So you need to exercise the whole lot. Well, you can. I mean, you can do mad crunches all the time. Crunches aren't very effective, actually. The other one is how much exercise, because an awful lot of times there's this theory, eat less, move more, which is rubbish. I have to say it's rubbish. And if you want, I shall send you a link that shows how this is rubbish. So the Eat Less, Move More brigade, which is the government, means it's your fault that you're not thinner because you're not moving enough or you're eating too much. And it's just ridiculous. Exercise alone cannot help you lose weight. The only way to lose weight, I believe, is not only to change your diet. I don't mean eat less. I mean change your diet and reduce the amount of carbohydrate you eat. And I know I'm always banging on about that, but I believe that it is the way forward. If you can't bear to I don't eat pasta or rice or bread or potatoes or anything anymore. If you can't bear to do that, follow the portion control that's on the packets. People usually make far too much pasta, far too much rice. And also, everybody can cut out cakes and sweets and, all the stuff, fizzy drinks, fruit juice, all the stuff that's bad for you. And the thing I want to say, one message I want to get across, if I don't get any other message across, is fat does not make you fat. If you eat fat, you do not get fat. If you eat fat in combination with carbohydrate and sugar, you'll get fat. But if you just eat fat on its own, you will not get fat. It's impossible to eat enough fat to make you fat. You'll feel full and sick before then. So when you have a meal, have fat in it. So put butter on your vegetables, not butter in potatoes, because that's fat and carbs. If you have a pudding, have berries and have double cream, not with sugar, not banana and cream, because bananas are really high in carbohydrate. But fat does not make you fat. And what I'm going to do after this is I'll put a link up to my Facebook page, and I'll put links there that you can look, various people, David Unwin, Asim Malhotra, Zoe Harcum, Ivor Cummings, lots of people are now doing lots of research on this. And this fat doesn't make you fat business. You've got to really, really undo about 20 or 30 years of conditioning, low fat, fat's bad, fat's bad. and it doesn't fur up your arteries either. Inflammation furs up your arteries, and inflammation is caused by too much carbohydrate and insulin resistance. But that's for another day. And it's 11 o'clock now, so remember, fat doesn't make you fat. Hi, Nuala. Right, today, I talked too much last week, and the object of this session is to make it short and sharp. Each individual exercise isn't all that difficult, but when you combine them, it makes for a fairly demanding session. All right, planks and side planks are quite difficult, but other than that, most of the exercises are doable. So I want to try and make it sharper and shorter. Well, also, I have to warn you that I think I clicked the wrong button. I don't think I've been able to cancel it. And my computer may automatically restart at 11:26. And so the session will come to an abrupt halt at 11:26. If that happens, then you know what's what. Just let me have a swig of tea before we start, and then we'll start right into the warm-up. Right. If you're new, you need a chair, and if you've got a hardwood floor, I suggest you get a mat of some sort. So we're going to start by warming up, just by marching on the spot. Not too much. You don't need to get your legs right up, but just marching on the spot. Swinging your arms. Mobilize those joints. Just going to do this for another few seconds. 3, 2, 1. And then we're just going to do a heel dig like that. And as you do that, you're going to do an opposite bicep curl. So your elbow is going to be by your waist. You're going to clench your fist, and the opposite arm is going to do a bicep curl. This warm-up is going to be fairly full on. 3, 2, 1. And then we're just going to go out to the side. And at the same time as you do that, your arms are going to be pushing the air away. Okay, these exercises are warming up your muscles. They're helping you sort of prepare for balance, although there's not much balancing in the session. It's mobilizing your joints because you've got fluid in your joints that needs to warm up, a bit like engine oil in the car. 3, 2, 1. And then you're going backwards, and at the same time, your arms are coming out to the front. Splay your fingers. Give your hands a bit of a workout. This should be warming you up, but not making you too puffed. I don't want you too puffed to be able to do the exercise, the main body of the exercises. When you're doing this, try and keep your knees pointing forward. Try not to let them fold in like that. 3, 2, 1. And then the last one is just a toe tap with a swinging arm. 3, 2, 1. Just going to get rid of this a minute. Now we're going to do the whole lot. So we're going to do a heel dig, out, back, toe tap. Heel dig, out, side, not outside, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Oh, I dreamt I was doing this last night. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Right, put your hands here at waist height, and we're just going to move just to get a bit of a twist in your spine. Don't move your hands at all. It's just your knee that comes up. If you can't get your knee to your hand, well, couldn't matter less. Just do what you can. As we're doing this, I just need to say with the exercises, the actual exercises, if you can't do 10, that's absolutely fine. Do as many as you can. You might find you need to do 3, have a bit of a rest, and then join in for the final 3. That's absolutely fine as well. whatever you need to do to be able to continue with the exercises. Don't keep doing them no matter what. And then at the end of the session, think, oh, that was horrible. I'm never doing that again. Just do what you can and progress will come. If you could sail through this and do it easy peasy, then I'm wasting my time because you don't need me, you need another class. So if you're finding them hard, either leave them out entirely or just do one of them. If you do one of the exercises, it's better than doing nothing. Okay, right. I think we're probably fairly well warmed up, aren't we? We're going to go into squats. Now remember, this is the most I'm going to talk. Squats, your knees don't come over your feet. It's sitting back, and you can either go down, right down like that, or if you can't go right down, if you feel you're falling forward, your weight should be on your heels, just go down to there, because you can feel, poke your thighs, poke your bum. They're under tension. So however far down you want to go is fine. And imagine you've got an eye on your chest. It's pointing forward. So we're going to do 10. I'm going to start off sideways so as you can see where my bum goes. So it's sitting without a chair. So we're going to go down. 1, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, your knees don't come in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. Just to make it a bit harder. If you can't do these, just do a couple more squats. So we're going to go down, however far you want to go, and then we're going to do a step to the right and step back to the left, and then we're going to stand up. And then we're going to go down, step to the right, step to the left, and stand up. We're doing 5 of these. Down, step to the right, step to the left, up. Maintain good technique. So you're down, step to the right, step back, and stand up. Last one, down, step, step, back. Whoa, can feel that on the thighs. Right, you need your chair. With this one, you're standing, you lean your weight on your hands, and your hips are at 90 degrees with your ankles under your hips. Let me move forward a bit. So, one arm goes up by your head, and the opposite leg goes up. And your back should be like a tabletop, just like a all in one line, and then down, and then up. That's 2. We're doing 10 of each. 3, 4. This is good for your balance as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's good for your lower back as well. 10. It's good for strengthening your lower back. And then I'm going to turn the chair around so that the back doesn't get in the way. Same stance, and we're going on the opposite side. So left arm up, right leg back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, right. I'm just going to take the computer because we're going to do the wall press up. So find yourself a bit of wall. There we are. So you stand comfortably so you can put your hands just straight on the wall, shoulder height, slightly wider than shoulder width. Take a little step back so that you're leaning forward. You're leaning on your hands. If you moved your hands away, you would fall forward. You don't need to be miles out though. And we're just going to go 1. Remember, keep your back straight, your head aligned with your spine. It's only your arms that move. 2, 3. You can turn your hands in slightly if you want. I find that a bit easier. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It doesn't really matter what the rest of your body is doing as long as it's your arms that's taking the weight. Right, just give your arms a bit of a shake because we're going to do that again. So, shoulder height slightly wider than shoulder width. A little step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How was that? Quite tough, that, isn't it? Should try doing it on the floor in a proper push-up position. Hang on, just let me get this plugged back in. There we are. Right. This is the last standing exercise before we go on the floor. Where's your head gone, Rosemary? We're going to do some lunges. Now remember, a lunge is in 4 distinct parts. Hold on to the chair if you need to. Put your hands on your hips if you don't need to hold on. I'm going to do it from the side to show you. I'm going to put the camera down just slightly. Joe Wicks doesn't have this problem with cameras, does he? Right. So we're going to go. You step forward. You're standing with your feet like this. Step forward, not too much. You go down, your knee doesn't touch the floor, up and back. Okay? 1. Well, that's a forward, down, up. 2. Forward, keep your knees pointing forward, your hips pointing forward. 3. Torso upright. Control those knees. 4. 5. Don't let it go in like that. 6. 7. 8. 9. Again, you don't have to go right down if it's too difficult. 10. Okay. And then the other side. 1. 2. 3. This is really good for your balance, this one as well. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Right. Get rid of the chair. We've got the dreaded planks now. Have you got the planks? No, I always walk this way. Right. So, remember, just let me get my stopwatch. Can I have a bit of a breather while I get my stopwatch? Right, so remember, the full plank, we'll do it 45 minutes again this week. Nearly up at a minute. So remember, you've got your hands like a sphinx and your knees are, everything else is off the ground. Your bottom's not up like that. You're not sagging in the middle. On your toes. This is where you need a mat to protect your elbows. And I'm starting the watch now. "45 seconds is a long time." Did I say 45 minutes before? I have a feeling I might have done. But 45 seconds is quite a long time when you're suffering. We're at 30 seconds now. 35, a measly 10 to go. Well done if you're managing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sink. Well done if you managed that. Right. The side plank, which everybody seems to find a bit harder than the full plank. Remember, put your elbow under your shoulder. If it's out here or in there or out here, it will hurt. Legs straight out, or if you can't do the full one, the underneath leg is bent. We're going to do this for 30. If you can't manage the 30, it doesn't matter. Just do as many as you can. Right, so up we go. There we go. This one is hard. I think this is harder than the front plank, definitely. It's so good for you. If you feel your muscles there, they're really, really having to tighten to hold you up. See, we're halfway through already. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. And the other side. We might get through this before I get cut off at the pass. Anyway, it's better to be short and sharp and quick. Takes up less of your day and gives you a good workout. So, if you're ready on the other side, just check that your elbow is under your shoulder. I can't stress that too hard. And then up we go. Starting the watch now. I find this side easier actually than the other side. Halfway through now. See, it's easy. 30 seconds. Poof, easy peasy. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Well done. Did you manage that? 2 more, and then we're going to do heartbeat, you know, the high intensity stuff. The next one is the dead bug. So remember, this one, you're lying on your back. You bring your knees up into tabletop like that. Can you see properly like that? And at the same time, your arms are up here. Get yourself comfy. Engage your core. Remember, breathe out and tighten your stomach muscles. Or breathe out, pull your navel into your backbone as hard as it'll go, and then release slightly so that everything is tight. And then opposite arm and leg go down to the floor, whilst the other arm and leg are staying in exactly the same position. 1, 2, just check your other knee. 3, your right knee to make sure it's not moving. 4, 5. I'm just going to alter my position a bit. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just grab your knees and just get yourself into it. Give your back a bit of a rub on the floor. It just feels quite nice after you've done that. Last week I did right and left, one after the other, and I think that was a bit much. Hurt my back a bit anyway. Right, so back up into tabletop. Arms up like this. Breathe out. Navel into your backbone. Release slightly. And left arm and left leg. So concentrate very hard on keeping your right arm and your left leg still. Oh, so that's it. Takes me a little while just to coordinate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just bring your knees into your chest. The reason I'm laughing is because I thought there must be a rock in this carpet or something, because my back's really hurting. And then I realized I've got a pocket in the back of my leggings and it's full of kibble for the dog. So it's like lying on pebbles. Right. Last one before the high intensity. So lying on your back, knees. Just sort of have your heels so that you can just touch them with your middle finger. And then we're going to do a bridge. So we're going to go up, not terribly high, not sort of right up, just sort of so as you're flat, and then squeeze your glutes, really squeeze them. Imagine you've got a pound coin there and you don't want anybody pinching it. And then we're going to go down and touch the floor and then back up again and squeeze, squeeze, and then down and up and squeeze. Feel, just poke your bum muscle and see if it's under tension. It is, it should be anyway. And down and up. And down and up. You've got a buns of steel with a bottom like Beyonce. Down and up. This is 7. Squeeze. 8. Doesn't really matter what you do with your hands. 9. Last one. Make it a good one. Really squeeze. Really squeeze. 10. 1 minute. If the computer's going to go off and reset itself, it's going to do it now, in just a moment. But anyway, we'll carry on the assumption that I was maybe able to stop it. So we've come to the end of the session, apart from the strength bit of the session, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of high intensity stuff at the end. If you remember, this is where you go as fast as you can, 3 bouts of 20 seconds. And it's running on the spot, tiny little steps, and you're using your hands. Don't hunch your shoulders, people do this. Just running as fast as you can for 20 seconds. We're going to do that 3 times with a rest in between. And we're going to start now. So, are you back up off the floor? So, on your marks, set, go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. Did you manage that? And it looks very much like I did manage to stop the reset. Unless you've disappeared and I'm talking to myself now. But I think we have managed to stop it. Way! Technical wizard me. So how did it feel after that? You feeling good? Right. Second lot of 20 seconds. Ready? On your marks, set, go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. Well done, well done. One more. I'll give you a little bit longer rest this time because you've done 2. You're doing very well. This is old hat for you, Nuala, isn't it? And then after we finish this, don't go rushing off because we've got the stretching to do. So if you're ready, we'll do the 3rd session. So on your marks, set, go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. How did that go? Just while you're getting your breath back, and I'm getting the chair because we're going to do stretches. I'm going to turn the monitor down a bit as well. If you've enjoyed the class, you could show your appreciation by buying me a coffee. There's a link in the comments section of this video. So if you're watching it on a laptop, it's underneath. The comments section is always underneath. If you're watching it on the television, you'll have to go and watch it on your laptop. Right. And I did remember the link this time. I forgot the link last week. So, have you recovered? I have. Ha ha ha. We're going to start with the calf stretch. So, the front leg is bent. You can still do this if you're panting. And the back leg is straight. And you're leaning forward a bit. Make sure your feet are both pointing in the same direction. Both heels on the ground. The stretch is in your upper calf. It's nice and gently. Stretching shouldn't be painful. And then very gently bend your back knee. And your heel will come off the ground, but you can feel the stretch going down into your Achilles. Just hold that for a minute. And then switch over. Back leg straight. Make sure, just have a look at your feet to make sure they're both pointing the same direction. Don't assume that they are because you feel they are. Sometimes what we think our body is doing and what it's actually doing are two totally different things. And then bend your back knee, heel comes off the ground, stretch moves down into the Achilles. Put a bit of weight on it, that gets the stretch down. Don't have so much weight on this one. Okay, righty-ho. We're going to stretch the quadriceps, these are thigh muscles. So if you can, grab your shoe or your toe. Some people put a towel or a band around the ankle to hold on to it. Try and get your knees together. Standing up straight, try and get your knees together. You can balance or not, it's up to you. If you can't do that, that's fine. Do this, dynamic stretching. Ow. See if you can kick your bum. Or put your hands behind you, see if you can kick your hands. Static stretchers, you keep doing this. We'll swap over in a moment. I'm going to do this because I'm going to practice my balance at the same time. But the dynamic stretching gives you a stretch as well, because when your knee goes up, this has to stretch. And then static stretchers swap over. Dynamic stretchers, you keep doing dynamic stuff. Try and get your knees together when you're doing this because it gives a better stretch. A more intense stretch. See, I never used to be able to do this without holding on. But I can now. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, right, hamstrings now. Big muscles on the back of your legs. So, sitting. Knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees. 1 foot forward, toe pulled back. Sitting up nice and straight, lean forward from the hips, not the waist. Make sure the toe stays pulled back. And then a repeat on the other side, sitting up straight, forward from the hips, toe pulled back. Okay, standing up, arms at shoulder height, palms facing forward. Remember, it's round the tree, it's not straight, it's round like that, at shoulder height, and then dip your head. I like this one because it pulls all these muscles here a bit, and I tend to have quite a lot of pain there, actually. And then if you can, interlock your fingers behind your back. If you can't, just try and pull your elbows together, which obviously is impossible. If you're interlocking your fingers, just lift up slightly. Just to get a stretch across the chest. Because we want to have strong muscles here, but we want them to be flexible as well so that they don't pull our shoulders forward. And then final stretch. Hand up, palm back, and down your back. If you've got shoulder mobility problems, you might find this problematic. If you have, just leave it out. Pull that back. And then release it. And do the other one. And release. There we go. 35 minutes. That's pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that because it's not too long. It's a nice, short, sharp exercise session. Thank you very much. I hope I'll see some of you, maybe all of you, on Wednesday for the functional fitness one. If not, I shall see you next Friday. A little easier than last time, set the side plank. Yeah, side plank's a killer, Nola. There's no getting away from it, but it's so good for you. Remember I used to say in the class, this is hurting me more than it hurts you, but I do love you, so I have to make you do it. yes, so I'll see you next Monday. And remember, fat doesn't make you fat. Bye.